What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How fantastic clap today. This is the SIG P211-GTO, and we're going to do a first impressions video on it. The 211 is pretty much a double stack 1911 or 2011, whatever you want to call it. They sprinkled in some P226, they sprinkled in some P320, they chambered it in 9mm, they gave it a cool guy compensator, and that's pretty much the gun. Review's over. Subscribe to my channel before you leave. Have a good day. I want to start with the magazines because the magazines are fairly significant. It takes P320 magazines, and I say that's significant because P320 magazines are very affordable, they're very reliable, and they're very plentiful, which is good. A lot of 2011 mags are very expensive, not very plentiful sometimes, not very reliable. So very easy to get these, and it does come with 3 magazines, either 3 10-rounders if you live in a not free state like I do. If you live in a more free state, you can get either one 23-rounder with 2 21-rounders. Besides this 10-rounder, I tried X5 Legion mags, DH3 mags, and M18X mags, and they all worked in there. No problem. The magwell on the gun is huge, just what I would want for a competition or maybe a duty gun. The transition from magwell to the gun frame is seamless, so your mag's not going to get hung up on that. It is a removable magwell just by taking out this screw, so I'm sure someone, if they haven't already, I'm sure someone will come out with some cool guy magwells, maybe a brass magwell, whatever, if you want to swap it out. The grip panels on here are removable, so if you look closely, you can see a little frame in there, the huge screw that holds it in place. And again, I'm sure other companies, if they haven't, I'm sure they will come out with brass and different grip panels. With that said, the grip panels on here do not need to be replaced. The texturing on them is very, very good. The front and rear has very good texturing on there as well to help lock your grip in place. The shape of the grip is really good. It feels good in my hand. It is a little on the chunky side, like the grip is just a little thick. It's still shot very fast and flat for me, but if you have very small hands, this might be something to keep in mind. You may want to try to get your hands on it. Even better if you can shoot it before buying it, because if you have small hands, it may be a little too chunky for you. Underneath those grips, the frame is a stainless steel grip. It's not a polymer grip, it's just the grip panels. Now on the back it does have a grip safety like most 2011s, and I do believe this gun is drop safe. Between the manual safety, the drop safety, the P80 trigger, 80 series trigger, sorry, and then there is dozens and dozens of people on the internet who are dropping these and testing these with all the P320 drama. Everybody really wants to make sure these are drop safe, so there's tons of videos on there, and they do appear to be drop safe. The magazine release does drop the magazines freely, of course, as you would expect. It's good size, has good texturing on there. It's reversible for you backwards lefty people. Like all big guns, I have to readjust my grip to reach that magazine release. That's just the way it is with these bigger guns. So it may be the same for you unless you have ginormous hands. Let's talk about the trigger. The trigger pulls straight to the rear like most 1911s and 2011s do. It is, again, a Series 80s trigger and is good. It's not the best 2011 trigger. It's far, far, far from the worst. We're going to take a break in just 1 second so you can get up close and personal and see what I mean by it. But when you pull the trigger, it has a little bit of take up to a good wall. It has a good, respectable trigger. It breaks a little under 4 pounds. It's skeletonized, and overall it's pretty good. Before we take that break, there's 3 quick things I wanted to tell you about. I want to thank my friends at the Elite Indoor Gun Range. Elite is a local FFL here at Country Club. They've been one of the biggest supporters of this channel a long time, and it's because of them this review is possible, so thank you to them. If you're anywhere in the area, go check them out. Second, there's a link down in the video description that brings you to my website. On my website, it has all the affiliate links and whatnot, so if you're looking to get one, hopefully I can find you a good deal. Third, the shirt is from TriStar Trading. They make the dopest, sexiest, coolest, funniest, best fitting shirts in the industry, including my swag. Link is down below. I'm done shilling now. Thank you for your patience. Let's go take a look at the trigger. Like I said, good trigger, respectable, nothing wrong with it, and I was able to go really fast with it. All right, the rail on this gun is a standard 1913 rail with 3 cutouts. I put a Surefire and a Streamlight excuse me, on here, and it fit perfectly. It's a full length dust cover. Now some people say that helps it shoot better. I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely helps it look better. I think aesthetically it looks a lot better with that full length dust cover. The safety is very tactile and audible. It feels good. On the left side of the gun, if you're right-handed, it's a little bit larger than the other side of the gun. It does not dig into your trigger finger or the thumb when you're shooting it. And then I did do some shooting without holding the safety down. Obviously with the 1911 to 2011, you should hold the safety down. But with the Staccato HD, when you're shooting that and not holding the safety down, the safety pops up. So just to see, I shot it without holding the safety down, and I did not have that issue. The safety stayed in place as it should. The slide release is also ambi as well. On the left side of the gun, again, for you righties, it is a little bit larger as well. Big guns is very hard unless you have massive hands to reach the slide release. If you choose to use it as a release, when you're doing your magazine exchanges or you're loading the gun, you're probably gonna have to use your thumb on your support hand or come over the top and rack the slide. That's how pretty much most 2011s are. Now, the smaller slide release, slide stop on the other side of the gun, again, it is ambi, it is smaller on this side. You'll see there's a little hole in there, and that's how you field strip the gun. It's very similar to a 1911 or a 2011. It comes with a 1/16 punch that you push in there to push the other slide release out, and it's not a hard process at all. The slide is a stainless steel slide just like the frame. It has a nitron finish, which most SIG guns have stainless steel and nitrite. Most of them hold up very well for durability and corrosion and rust and all that stuff, so I don't expect this to be any different. The serrations on this gun are excellent. Some SIGs are okay. These are very good. They're deep, they're angled forward. The front serrations are carried over on the top. The back serrations are good. Plus the gun is pretty easy to rack the slide as it is, pretty smooth, all good stuff. Front sight is a fiber optic front sight, which makes sense if you're going to use this for competition, definitely. It's dovetailed in, so if you want a night sight, you can swap it out fairly easy. The rear sight does have a ledge, a good ledge for one-handed manipulations if you're not running a sight. And then the way, and it has serrations in the back to cut down some glare, U-notch, all good there. The way you remove these rear sights is there's a screw, and you take the slide off, and from underneath in the slide, you take the screw out to take the slide off. And that's part of the SIG Lock Optic setup. And the SIG Lock Pro Optic setup is dope. I can't say it, but it's dope. It works really well. They put a lot of thought into this. So you can use a Delta Point Pro footprint optic if you want. And that's what I have on here. I have a Vortex Defender XL, which is a fantastic optic that screws right down to the slide with no accessory plates, fits in there well. And I've done reviews on a dozen different Defenders, and they're all very, very good. It also uses, if you get a SIG brand optic, like I'm showing you here on my M18X, that fits in as well. And the SIG lockup is crazy. Like part of the optic goes under the front of the slide. It fits in there, and there's a couple different recoil lugs, and the screw comes in from the bottom. Very, very solid. You can also use RMR footprint optics as well, and you could screw them right down to the slide, but there's going to be a lot of like slop and space in there. So if you're going to use an RMR footprint, I highly recommend you get an adapter. There's a bunch of companies selling adapters already that I saw on the internet. So if it's a Holosun or a Trijicon or any RMR footprint, I definitely recommend you get that adapter. The little recoil lugs, the little feet that go inside there, they are movable on the SIG as well. So depending on the footprint you're using, you can move the little feet to different spots to make sure your optic has a very, very solid lockup. I'm debating if I want to show how to disassemble, field strip this gun for cleaning. Every time I do it, YouTube gets mad at me and doesn't monetize my videos, and it's very frustrating. It takes down just like any other 1911 or 2011. I saw UBF Arsenal did a great video talking about the gun from end to end, field stripping it. Great quality. So if you want that, go check it out. The couple things I'm going to point out is it does come with two different recoil springs, and they are 1911 recoil springs. So if you want a certain feel or a certain setup for your ammo, whatever, you can very easily set that up. The barrel is about 4.5 inches. It's a pretty beefy, thick bull barrel made from carbon steel. Those carbon steel SIG barrels are very good. And then the comp on the gun is Mach 3D comp, whatever they call it. It's actually 3D printed, which I thought was dope. The SIG says it has a 30% reduction in felt recoil. Now, I have no way of confirming or denying that, so we'll take SIG's word for it. Again, I will say it shoots very flat and very, very fast, so I have no reason not to believe him on that. The cool thing about it, a couple cool things. One, it's not a threaded barrel, so it's going to be legal in a lot more places. It works kind of similar to the Radian afterburner ramjet. You'll see a little screw on the bottom. That screw is backed by a spring, so when I took this screw out, I lost the spring and it was on my floor, so be careful. Don't do that. The second thing that's really cool, you don't have to take the comp off to remove the barrel from the gun. Being it's a 1911-2011 design, you can fold that recoil lug down and the barrel slides right out the front of the slide. So you don't have to take it off, even though you can if you ever want to. Pretty cool. Dimensions and weight are on the screen. Again, it's a big, heavy gun, part of the reason it shoots so nice. I want to pull up the dimensions and weight of the Staccato XC. I know it's like twice the price. I'm not comparing it based on price. It's very similar in size, definitely similar in features, so you get an idea of the difference between the two. Now, more importantly, let's chat about testing. I've only brought this to the range one day, unfortunately. Again, this is just a loaner. This is a quick first impressions video. In that one range trip, I did shoot 400 rounds through it. So I got a good amount of rounds in one day. Part of me started shooting it and was having a lot of fun, and it shoots extremely nice, so I kept going and going and going. I did just a bunch of plinking, shooting steel. I did shoot some paper targets, normal range stuff, magazine exchanges, just having fun and enjoying a good shooting 9mm with a pistol comp built onto it. I shot 115 grain aluminum case, 124 brass case, and we had zero malfunctions, zero issues, nothing, no malfunctions of any kind to report. Now, I think most of you are going to guess that my biggest pro is how it shoots, and that is a close second. My actual biggest pro is the value and what you get for your money. And I know some of you are also going to think I'm crazy for saying a $2,400 gun is a big value, but it is. If you look at other 2011s with built-in comps and similar features to this one, $23.99-ish at the time I'm making this video, and I'm sure you'll be able to get them cheaper. I think that's a very, very good value for what you're getting for your money. Second is how it shoots. Again, it's a big, heavy gun with a comp that shoots 9mm, and it's a 2011 platform. It shoots fantastic. It's one of the better, it's tough for me to say best, better shooting guns that I've had here on the channel. The SIG lock optic system is great, as I already explained to you. Very good texturing on the grip. Of course, it's made in the States. SIG has a great warranty, all that good stuff. The serrations are good, lots of good things to talk about. I don't really have a con. I just want to remind you, if you have small hands, this is a little bit of a chunky grip. It's a big full-size gun. So try to get it in your hands to feel it, to make sure it feels good. Even better, again, if you can shoot it. Overall, it's dope. If you're looking for a high-end gun to shoot in competitions or duty for a police department or anything like that, I think it fits the bill. And it's definitely something you should consider, especially with the P320 mags. I forgot to mention that in the pros. That should have been one of the first pros. Being the P320 mags are affordable, plentiful, reliable, all that stuff. Don't cost over $100 for a magazine. It should definitely be on your list because of all that. Anyway, thank you again to my friends at the Elite Indoor Gun Range for making this video happen. They've been a great supporter of the channel. Remember all the links that I talked about for the shirt, for the pew pew, and all the different things? Most important, if you think I deserve it, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. The likes and the comments are great. I love them. They help. They're wonderful. But what I really need is for you to click the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Santa appreciates it. Be good. Stay blessed. Stay hydrated. And wherever else you want to stay.